Hello everyone, I am Satvik, and in this video I am gonna show you how you can use Hashcat in order to crack any password hashes. So without getting any delay, let's start. So guys, this video is gonna be a little bit longer, so make sure that you are not going anywhere for the next couple of minutes, and I'm gonna guarantee you that you are gonna learn something new today. So let me open my Kali Linux, and guys, this is I'm using this on Kali Linux, and while we go further, I'll show how to use this on other operating systems as well. So Hashcat is a command line tool that has been since a long time, and this is the real competitor for John the Ripper. I think you might be you might heard the name of the John the Ripper, and John the Ripper is is also one of the most popular password hash cracker, but Hashcat is little bit faster and optimized in a better way. So let me open my terminal, and if you don't know what the password hash is, suppose let's think you are having a password as password for your machine. Let it be password. Okay, let it be password. So how your operating system, if your operating system simply puts this in a particular location, even without encrypting this thing, so what happens is when any particular hacker or any unauthorized person is given access to your system, he can simply go to that location and he can simply copy the unencrypted password, and he can use this for many multiple purposes. Okay, yeah, like SSH and stuff like that. Okay, but what our operating system does is it encrypts this our password with a particular algorithm, whether it might be MD5, NTLM and stuff like that. We're gonna discuss this a bit further. And guys, if you want to know where the hash for Linux is stored, just a minute, nano etc shadow. So guys, if anyone asks you where the password hashes of Linux are stored, simply say etc and shadow and never say etc and password. Okay, I hope it's clear. And root is the only user, and this is my hash, and I'm gonna hit Ctrl X. But if someone asks you where the password hashes in Windows are available, so let me open my terminal, let me open my host machine, and I'm gonna show you where it's available. It's available in C drive, Windows, System32, and then there's something like config, continue, and here you'll find something like SAM security account manager, and here you can see, now let me open the Sublime Text. It's not coming. Okay, so it's not showing it, but if you dump this part, if you copy this thing and if you paste it somewhere else, then you can definitely see what's happening. Okay, so let me copy this thing. I'm not getting option to copy as well, but there are some variety of tools that are used to it's not much easy, but yes, it takes some time. But make sure that if you want to crack a Windows password, it's available in C drive, Windows, and followed by System32, and then in the config folder we'll be finding something like SAM security account manager, and I'm gonna show you that you'll find the password hashes here. So if you got a system, if you got an access to a particular system, copy this thing and paste it, or copy this thing and keep with yourself, keep the copy with yourself, and we will use this for hashing, we'll use this for cracking. So yes, so that's everything regarding password hashes and the locations that are stored in the different operating systems. And I'm really sorry, I don't know where it's stored in macOS. I'm not a user of macOS, and if you are a user of a macOS, then you can simply comment below so that I will learn something from you. So guys, that's everything regarding password hashes and their locations in Linux and Windows. So now let's quickly dive into our main tool, Hashcat. So Hashcat is the pre-installed tool in the Kali Linux and other hacking distributions. You can simply check whether it's available or not by simply giving a word Hashcat. If you get an options like this, then you're fine. So if you are on another other distributions, and if you want to install it, simply provide sudo and your packet manager name, mine is apt-get install and hashget. Okay, so yeah, so it's going the file size is approximately 130 MB, so make sure you wait for some time and then you proceed, and then you proceed to the video. So I'm gonna hit Control C. So guys, that's everything regarding Hashcat, and I'm gonna show you how you can crack any password hashes. Okay, so in order to crack a password hashes using Hashcat, you need two things. The first one is a hash and also a word list. So guys, I'm gonna show you in this video, I'm gonna demonstrate you the dictionary based attack, because dictionary based attack is much more reliable, because the difference between dictionary based attack and dictionary based attack so in dictionary based attack we'll provide some word list, whether it might be custom or whether it might be from some top like most compromised passwords and stuff. And there's also some attack like brute force attack, which is not recommended, because in brute force attack we'll try all the possible combinations, and this might take years. Okay, so always prefer to go with dictionary based attack. Prepare your own word list, or you will find a ton of them on GitHub, like most common used passwords and stuff like that. Okay, so copy them and make sure you have that, and also you need to have the hash file. So what you need to do is whenever you got the hash, put it in a text file. Okay, so that we can use it for the further purposes. So guys, that's everything regarding the requirements in order to use Hashcat. And let me type tap help or minus help, and in order if I want to say it, Hashcat provides one of the most complex and the easiest way of help menu. So don't so let's leave this. I'm gonna explain you. The main argument here is -m. -m means we're specifying the hash mode. Suppose if you are trying with MD5. Okay, so let's think you got a hash of an MD5 and you want to crack it. So you will specify an argument -m and followed by the value. So whether this goes on, okay, this goes on, and there are tons of them. Okay, NTLM, MD5, and there are many things. I don't even know some of them as well. Okay, if you find it, you can use it. You can use 7-zip, RAR files, anything is fine with Hashcat. Okay, you find ton of them over here, and some features are like we'll send hashed passwords attack, but this is not much necessary. Okay, so and the format is also not much necessary, and the thing is attack mode is necessary. Here we'll see something like straight, which is by default like it only uses the word list we provided. And next one is the combination. It creates various combinations of the passwords in the word list and try to attack it. And third one is the brute force attack. Here we don't need to specify the word list, and here we'll be having a hybrid. So hybrid attack is like suppose if you are having Satvik. So what hybrid attack does is s@thvak. So it tries to changes the words, tries to changes the letters in some other format and test whether it's available or not. So this is also going to take longer time. And if you don't have the word list, you can simply provide the character sets. So suppose if you specify L, then it includes all the lowercase letters, uppercase letters, numbers followed by letters, and also special characters. If you specify all of them, then I'm gonna guarantee you that it's gonna take minimum 10 to 20 years. If the password is not complex, if it's easy, it's gonna take within minutes. And here the device type. So guys, I'm gonna tell you what important thing. So if you want to use Hashcat, make sure you are having a good GPU. So let me show my host GPU. Let me go to my performance. So in order to open the task manager, you can simply hit Control Shift Escape. And yes, here I'm having an NVIDIA graphics card, NVIDIA G50 GTX 1650 graphics card, which is really fine. But you can use even CPU for cracking the passwords, but GPU is preferable. If you have a good powerful GPU, then it's gonna take seconds or like a little bit faster. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up and let me open. So yes, so this is the device types, and here the performance and attack type as we discussed previous. So let's dive into it. So let's think you want to crack a particular hash and you don't know where the hash is, and if you type minus minus help, you can see how much big it's coming over there. So there is simple, we can make use of some simple Linux commands. Add this thing, and grep, for that grep is generally used for searching the stuff, and grep for suppose you want to check for NTLM. So NTLM is nothing but as I said previous, in Windows the passwords are stored in SAM database, and here the passwords are encrypted with NTLM hashes. So you can simply grep for this, and also something like MD5, etc, etc, SHA-1, etc, etc. Okay, so yes, so this is one of the cool trick. Okay, in order to optimize the result for your better experiences. So let me hit Ctrl L and let's crack a simple password. So for this, let me open a MD5. I'm gonna demonstrate this over an MD5, and I'm gonna also show you how you can do this on everything. Okay, MD5 encryptor, and I'm gonna use a simple password. Guys, remember one thing: if the password complexity is really strong, I can guarantee you that you might be cracking the password. Okay, so that's the reason why people insist you to use a longer passwords like 20 characters, 30 characters, and stuff like that. So generally I use 32 characters as my password, and that takes really approximately 40 years to crack. So don't try to crack it. Okay, your life will be gone. So I also recommend you to use a longer password. So for the demonstration purpose, I am going with password 1. Okay, so I entered my, so this is simple thing, don't worry about this thing. Okay, I'm creating a hash for my password 1. States. So I hope you are taking good notes. Okay, so taking notes is really helpful for you in the future as well. So I got my hash. Let me copy the stuff, and let me open my editor. Let me open my editor, and let me name it hash, MD5 hash.txt. Repeat, enter, and Control Shift V in order to paste it in the terminal. Control S followed by Control X. So you can see now I'm having my MD5 hash. Okay, so let's also find something. So there is something like rocky.txt which is available in user. No, Control L. User share or some in word list, there will be something like this. Okay, in word list you'll find something like rocky text. Okay, so let me copy this over here. Let me copy this and paste it in the home. Paste it here. So you can go with variety of things. Suppose if you simply type, also there is something like secklists, GitHub, or you will find ton of them. Okay, secklist is one of the prominent this provides one of the prominent thing. So if you go to passwords, You can go with cracked hashes, and you can go with dark web top 10,000. I think there will be something like 10 millions and 10 trillion passwords as well. Okay, so yes, you can try it out as well. So when you are doing a pen test or anything like that, you can try this all as well. Make sure you're having a good GPU. So I got my thing over here. Let me extract here. So it's not coming over here, so let me delete this thing. I don't know why I'm using the older older version of Kali Linux. Or you need to simply extract it there. I hope so. Remember one thing, you can use any word list. Okay, let me extract here. So let me skip it and let me find some word list. You'll find ton of them on GitHub. 500 worst passwords, and I know that my password I entered over there is worst password. Okay, so or you can simply create one. Okay, so I'll go with that as well. Nano passwords.txt, and let me give it password QWERTY and password 1, which is our password. I'm gonna give some random characters. Okay, I'm gonna save it. So guys, that's how you can use how you can create a password text, or you can use some specialized tools like Crunch. And in my next video I'm gonna show you how you can use Crunch in order to create word lists. So guys, now we got our hash and we got our passwords file, our common file. So now let's use Hashcat. So launch Hashcat, and we need to specify the module. And since we had seen in so let's search for this, where we'll find MD5, and we got some bunch of them, and this is the raw one, MD5. We need to use 0 over here. So let me hit Ctrl L, Hashcat -m 0, and we need to specify this hash file, hash dot root. There is something like, oh sorry, MD5 hash, I'm very sorry, MD5 hash.txt, and in my root directory I'm also having something like passwords.txt, and that's fine. And if you hit enter, this is gonna definitely show an error, because here firstly by default our Hashcat is configured to use GPU, but in our virtual environment we don't have something like GPU. So we need to use an option called --force. But if you are using on your host machine, then you don't need to do that. So we are forcing our Hashcat to simply use a CPU instead of GPU. Let me hit enter. So it's gonna take some time, and it's gonna definitely work. If it doesn't work, leave a comment below. I'll be helping you out. It's cracked. Okay, even on my even on my virtual machine as well, it's really faster. And yes, it took some time, but here you can see something like our hash, and followed by separated by colon and separated by password. Okay, so yes guys, this is how you can crack the passwords using Hashcat. And suppose if you want to crack the passwords of an something like Windows passwords, go with this NTLM. Okay, collect the hash and create a proper word list. For this video I demonstrated a simple word list. Okay, you can create lots further. So guys, this is how you can crack Hashcat. And I want to explain you something really necessary. So suppose whenever you got a hash, don't always try to crack it in your virtual machine, because Virtual machines are generally intended to do a simple task and they doesn't have a good performance. Suppose if you're giving something like 8 GB of RAM and you gave some graphics GPU and stuff like that, then it's really fine. But always, if you got a hash, always prefer to crack it on your host machine, because as I shown, I have a powerful GPU and I can use my GPU in order to crack the password much more simply. So you can download Hashcat by simply typing Hashcat, and you'll find hashcat.net, and here you can find something like binaries, and you can simply download it, extract it, and I extracted it and I placed it over here. So I'll open my PowerShell here and fine, and you're really fine. Hashcat.exe, and let me hit minus help, and guys, you'll find the same result. Okay, whether it might be Windows or whether it might be Linux, it's really fine. Okay, so you can try this out as well in your Windows machine as well. Since I'm demonstrating on an example, I tried to use simple things, but this is not always possible because people use some different kinds of passwords. So guys, this is everything regarding Hashcat and how you can crack any password hashes. Find the hash, know it what type of hash it is, and simply use the option, done, fine. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching this video, and if you are having any queries on using Hashcat, please comment below so that I can help you out. This is Satvik signing off.